Hey, hey, it's Jennifer. Those are my curtains. Gosh, if anybody at Periscope ever messages me and says, "Ooh, look at my hair," and says, "Hey, how could we improve Periscope?" I would say, don't do the whole like, what are they looking at when people join thing because it's always like so. In order not to shift the camera, I'm like pointing up the ceiling on the other side. So anyway, hey everyone, happy Friday! It's Jennifer. I am excited that you're here. Forgot to put it on Twitter. I'm telling you, unless somebody comes up with a Periscope checklist for me of things that I need to do every time I get on Periscope, then I'm just going to have to create one myself. I'm just going to have to do that myself. Stay tuned because next week I'm actually writing a blog post at themagicbrushink.com on what I think of Periscope and what do I think of it for the creative entrepreneur in particular. So maybe I'll just do the little checklist to go with it. So hello, hi, thank you for joining me. So I am flying out of Kansas City today, traveling to South Carolina, to the Harbor Island area. Hey, are any of you South Carolina people? I've got a brother there that just had a baby and I'm super excited about that. But I did want to Periscope before I leave town because I'm not sure that I'm going to be Periscoping from the beach. So anyway, so here's what I wanted to talk to you about today. So my name's Jennifer Allwood. I own the Magic Brush in Kansas City. So it's a decorative painting company. We go into people's houses and we make them look beautiful. If you know what faux finishing or decorative painting is, I would love if you would either give me some hearts or like comment so that I know somebody's here. Yay, thank you for the safe trip. Okay, so we go into people's houses and we make them gorgeous. I've owned my business for 15 years. And have done a ton of amazing projects in 15 years. We last summer we were out of town in Kansas doing the home for a gentleman that was on the cover of Forbes magazine a few years ago, one of his vacation homes, an 8-bedroom, 12-bathroom palace. I went to Belize this winter and will be returning to Belize next winter to faux finish in a home there. We've done 3 extreme home makeovers in Kansas City, and I'm a regular on local Kansas City television. So shout out to Fox 4. Anyway, so I've done a lot of faux finishing. Now, right after I started my faux finishing business 15 years ago, I got pregnant. And we were wanting to start a family, but not like 10 minutes after I started a business. I mean, I freaked out a little bit. In fact, I'll never forget finding out I was pregnant because how many of you on this call have ever been in a new construction job site? All right, give me some hearts or some comments if you've ever worked in new construction. Okay, so they bring in painters, the people like me, before the toilets are in usually. And so this is a funny story. Not really funny, but it's funny to me. So I decided I was feeling a little fluffy because I had just quit smoking because I used to be a smoker. And so I thought I'm going to go on this grapefruit diet. So I was drinking grapefruit, like crazy. And so I was having to go outside to use the bathroom all the time. And I kept thinking it was the grapefruit. Like it never occurred to me I could be pregnant because we really weren't trying to get pregnant. I had just started my faux finishing business, but I was pregnant. So then I'm like, okay, Lord, now this is interesting because I'm pretty sure I was supposed to start this business and now I'm pregnant. Like, how am I going to paint when I'm pregnant and hello, insurance, and I'm self-employed, and like, what is this going to look like? And I didn't know because I didn't, 15 years ago, I couldn't see where my business is going to be today. And so literally I'm like, I don't know, what are we going to do? So we just decided we're going to take this whole thing one thing at a time. So I keep painting while I'm pregnant. One of my kids walks to the left a lot. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. He doesn't walk to the left a lot. We used all water-based, safe materials while I was still painting, and I don't do any spraying, so that wasn't a concern. But I got to about 8 months pregnant, and I realized, okay, like I have designers, interior designers hiring me left and right. I have builders that are hiring me left and right. I've got all this work and this big old belly, and I need help. Like I can't get up and down the way I used to. So that's how I first hired my first subcontractor to come to work for me. It wasn't that I was sitting in my office of the Magic Brush thinking, how can I rule, the faux finishing world and have all these people working for me? It never occurred to me. I just knew that my belly was big and we had a lot of potential work. And I was not about to turn that work down. Yeah, I did. I lasted a long time. And I was 8 months pregnant when I finally got put on bed rest, so I had to take a breather. So I called my sister-in-law, who had gone to a faux finishing school with me, and I was like, hey, will you come paint with me? And she did. And she worked for me for 13 years. Okay. And so that is how it started. It wasn't like a set plan. How can I get, employees and people working for me? It was just, I'm going to beg for some help because I'm big. I'm the size of a small Volkswagen right now. So, eventually one person working for me turned into, okay, right now we're booking, so far out in advance that, that people are starting to go to other people because they don't want to wait 3 months for me. Okay. So how can I make them not wait for 3 months for me? Well, if I had more people at a job site, then I would be able to, bring more people in. How do you find a faux finishing school? Google, baby. Google, Terry. Absolutely. Google will help you with that. And so I, decided to bring a couple more people in. And then, a couple more when need be. And eventually I've had up to 8 women on job sites working for me at times, which for me is too many women. It's too much people. It's too much to manage. And I am not as great and designed for the management part of things as I am for the marketing and the relationship part. Okay. So people ask me, and I was on the phone for an hour and a half with the people who are in my coaching group. And if you go to the magicbrushinc.com, yeah, that's too many women. Here's the thing. I have 2 brothers. And I have 4 stepbrothers. So I have 6 brothers. I have a degree in computer-based information systems. The job that I got out of before I started faux finishing was a software developer. So I have always been surrounded by men and, brothers and working with men and that sort of thing. And so I love women. I have a heart for women. I coach women, but the dynamics are just different. And 8 women was just more to me than what I was is here for. So I have pulled back from that and switched gears in my business too. So I haven't needed 8 people at a job site. But here's where I'm going with this. So I was on a coaching call this morning with my inner circle. If you go to the magicbrushinc.com, which is my website, you can find some of my training classes there. And I had somebody ask me, how do I find good people to hire? And so their question was, do you hire other decorative painters or would you rather train them? And I will say that the majority of the time, and I'm trying to run through the people I've had work for me in my head, most of them have not had any faux finishing experience, the majority of them with any other faux finisher or run their own business. I can only think of 1 girl off the top of my head that had. Most of them, or 2, most of them are either people who have just been messing around with painting in their own house, or I have had fantastic luck hiring nail people and hair people. And I'm going to tell you why. Here's the deal. Nail people and hair people are used to the tiny details. They're used to really paying attention to details. They got to pay attention to what they're doing. They're also used to doing a little bit of rework. Hey, you just did my nail color, but it wasn't quite the color I was hoping for. Thank you for whoever just shared this. If anybody else thinks that some of the people that follow them would enjoy hearing about how I hire, I would love it if you shared it. Swipe right, I think which one? iPhone? And up on Android. Okay, so nail people are used to, hey, could you, redo this? That's going to happen when you own a painting company. People change their mind. And I don't care if people change their mind because most of the time, if they change their mind, they know they're going to have to pay for it. They just want what they want. And it's our job as a creative entrepreneur to give them what they want. Okay, so nail and hair people are really good at those tiny little details. Nail and hair people are also good with communicating with the client while the client's right up in their grill. Okay, so, when I go and get my hair done, my hairdresser's talking to me and I'm talking to him right back and, we're having fun. A lot of times when we're in our clients' houses, the clients, especially if they're stay-at-home moms, and, they just want people to talk to. I can remember when I was staying home with my babies, I enjoyed the UPS people coming because, hello, it was an adult conversation in the house. And so a lot of times, our clients just want to pull up a chair and watch us paint. And if we're sitting there painting and the client's chit-chatting with us, nail people and hair people are used to that. They're used to working while they're making conversation and making the people happy. So nail and hair people have always done great for me. Normally when I am looking to hire, I put something on my Magic Brush Facebook page. And I usually know that I'm hoping for people not who have experience, but who show character. You can teach anybody to paint, you guys. This is not rocket science, what we're doing. Yes, it takes some creative ability or the ability to follow instruction, but more than looking for somebody that's got experience. I'm looking for somebody with character. I need to know, that's right, you cannot train character. I need to know that I can trust you in my clients' homes. I need to know that when I leave, you're going to do what you said that you were going to do. I need to know that you've got my back. I need to know that you're loyal. I need to know that I can trust you. And so whenever somebody applies with me, there's red flags you can get in an email. You can do a quick phone conversation and weed people out. You can easily, just pick up on some things. If you, especially in today's social media world, if I have somebody applying, to work for me and I go to their personal Facebook page, if I see any red flags there, I certainly don't want them coming to work for me, because the people that work for you are a reflection on your business. And you do need to make sure that you are presenting yourself in a way that the people who are working for you, yes, that they're a person of integrity. That will take you so much further than talent every day of the week. And so when I'm looking to hire someone, I want to meet them, over social media. So, how do they handle themselves on an email? How do they handle themselves on a personal Facebook message? I want to make sure that they understand boundaries, because boundaries in business are big. And I talk about that a lot in my mentorship class, that you got to have boundaries in business or your business will run you. And I've had periods where my business has run me. And so I have learned, to back up from some things. Whoever is giving me the jillion blue hearts, I love you. You're my favorite today. Oh, and now I've got red hearts too. Thank you. And so, and then I'm going to want to meet them face to face. Now, I had one instance where I hired a girl that I did not meet face to face beforehand, because I knew that I wanted to hire her because of how she handled herself in an email. Now, people are always asking me, aren't you scared they're going to go off and start their own business? No, that's a poverty mindset. I'm not growing my stuff because I'm afraid of somebody else growing their stuff. That's a poverty mindset, and I don't operate in that. So I'm not scared that one of my girls, is going to leave me and go start her own. In fact, I have had a couple that I have given my blessing to. Go, be successful, do good. Not everybody is created to work for someone else. I'm not created to work for someone else. I got to be me every day of the week. I got to have my own gig. I was created to be an entrepreneur, and I know that. Not everybody else is created to be an entrepreneur. Thank God there are women who just want to come in. Hello, Dana Tucker. I love you. Thank you for commenting. Not everybody wants to be a business owner because it has its stuff, you guys. Being your own, entrepreneur, it takes heart, it takes guts, it takes commitment, it takes time, it takes money. It's more than just going to people's houses and painting. And so there are people who come to work for me, and I'm so thankful for them. They just want to come at 9 o'clock, paint, lay that brush down at 3 o'clock, go home and not think about it till the next morning. And I'm happy to employ those people. Now, there are some people who, when they were working for me, I knew they could do this on their own. They absolutely have everything in them that they need to be successful, to be running a business like I do. And so I have blessed them for the most part. I'm trying to think of different examples in my head and I can't, and some of them have just left and gone to work for other people, and that's fine too. You can't keep people with you that you don't want. So don't not hire help because you're scared that somebody's going to take your ideas and run, or they're going to leave you, or they're going to, screw you over or whatever. If you continue to operate your business positioning yourself in a place of fear, your business is never going to grow. It just isn't. It's going to stay tiny. And so if you know that you are comfortable with where your business is at, then that's fine. Just keep going with yourself. If you are interested in hiring people, then by all means do that. And so little in this world is permanent, you guys. That's one of the things I talk about with my mentorship group and the people in my inner circle. You can back up from nearly every decision you make in life. I mean, really, very few things are permanent. Even tattoos you can get rid of. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you hire somebody, it's the wrong choice, back on up from that. You don't have to keep them working for you permanently. This is an as-needed basis. This is an as-needed business. And so, not everybody's going to be a good fit. You will learn from hiring the wrong people. And now I know what to look for a little better. But I have been so blessed. One of my girls is getting ready to have a baby. She has worked for me for 10 years. She has been faithful and loyal and good to me for 10 years. I would like to think it's because I've also been faithful and loyal and good to her for 10 years. So she's 2 weeks away from having her first baby, and she will probably not be returning after that because she's going to be a mom, and I'm blessing that. So I've had one girl work for me for 10 years. I've had another work for me. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look if it was 12 or 13. And yes, that was family, but when you treat people good, they will stick with you. And so I think one of the ways you find good people is you be good people. And you'll get a reputation for, how you operate your business, and people will seek you out. I actually have a file on my computer called hiring, so that when I'm hiring, I can go back and save, even if I'm not hiring at any particular time. Right now, I've got 4 girls, and that's all I need. But I do have a file that I keep things in. So yes, be good people. That's right. You attract what you put out there. It is the biblical principle of reaping and sowing, and it cannot be denied. Even if you're not a biblical person, you call it what you want to, but what you put out into this world, you will get back. And thank you, Jesus. I have had lots of really great people working for me. So to answer the question, would I rather train somebody or would I rather train them? I would rather hire people who have a really high character that I keep for a long time and train them. You could train anybody how to paint, but I can't train anybody on how to treat my clients or how to treat me or how to treat this job. And so that would be my final answer. My final answer is I would rather we train them. And so there you go, guys. Share this, please, if you thought that this was of any value to you. And I will try to scope from South Carolina for you, but I might have that precious little nephew of mine in my hands. So if you guys want to connect with me, I'm on Facebook at The Magic Brush Inc. You can find me there. Easy to find me. What town? I'm going to Harbor Island. So yeah, in South Carolina, I'll be in Harbor Island. I'm super excited. I'll be on a jet plane this afternoon. Girls trip with my daughter and my mom. I'm super excited to see my brother. So bless you guys. Have a great weekend. Find me at The Magic Brush on Facebook or head over to my website, themagicbrushinc.com. All right, bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And every single time I go to turn this off, I'm a dork. So wish me luck. Okay, ready? All right, hang on. I could do this. I can turn